Hey, everybody. Welcome to the Raw Knuckles podcast. Stanley Cup playoffs are in full bloom right now. And I guess you can't say that about the Oilers being in full bloom. They are wilting, not good. Lose game three to the Avalanche. There's a really, really fine tuned hockey team, the Colorado Avalanche, Tim. And they brought it. They didn't miss a step. I'll just go back to game two. And, obviously the keys to stopping the Oilers are taking care of McDavid and Draisaitl. Now, that's not so easy to do. The speed of McDavid is incredible, but the Avs found a way. I mean, McCarr, Byram were on the ice at different times with him. When they come back through the middle of the ice, McCarr and Tays, they mixed it up on the road, but it's McCarr and Tays, but Byram and McCarr would take shifts together also on the road. So they at home they had Tays and McCarr all the time against them. In game three they mixed it up so they could make sure they had one of those three guys or two of them on the ice. It was either McCarr and Byron or McCarr and Tays or Tays and Byron. Didn't matter as long as they had those guys in the ice. But the big thing is those three guys can skate and they can get relatively going pretty good backwards when he's coming at them. But they try and give him the outside, and they always have people coming back through the middle. So there's always a support guy coming when them D-men are playing them one-on-one. And I know, you shouldn't have two guys on one guy, but it takes two guys sometimes. And if that D-man, either one of them, they take a stab at McDavid, there's always somebody in a position to, if he gets through, they're right in his face. But they did a hell of a job as a team against them, and they've snuffed the offense out. I mean, and the number of shots they're getting doing it, game three, just an incredible game by them. And Smith, as far as Edmonton goes, in the net, he's a battler. There's no question about it. But some soft goals.
Yeah, no, I think
Goals.
I got Colorado winning. They were my pick. Even though I do kind of I wanted a series though. I didn't want to, I still hope obviously there's not a sweep, but yeah, like you said, that you can't let McDavid go through the middle, and they don't. And the thing is, you watch the game, and I feel like the announcers, they're naming like 10 different guys all the time. Like there's like it's like the whole team is needed, and everybody, Manson, name it, Rantanen, like they're just like everyone's doing what they're supposed to do. At the end of the game, they're all blocking shots, but yeah, clearly keeping McDavid to the outside is the key. I mean, even on the first goal he got in, I turned it on yesterday, and there was a goal like a minute in, right? Like, and I was like, oh man, I missed that. And then like when I turned it on, Kane was just like running Kadri from behind, which I don't know. I mean, what did you think about that penalty?
Well, we'll start with the goal. And McDavid, honestly, everything the Oilers wanted and needed happened in the first minute. He jumps on the ice from a change, gets that puck off the wall, a slick little pass with a lot of traffic there. And, I mean, he was going pretty fast, but not McDavid fast. But the thing on that goal, he was really quick. He had quick feet, and then he made a couple quick, stick handle, and then boom, he let it go quick. Caught Francouz sleeping, five holding. But then you turn that around. Now you got that fan base. Everything you needed happened right off the
Bissonnette
hop.
shaving his head.
Oh yeah, insanity. And then Kane. I don't get. And I heard his excuse. His excuse was, "Oh, Kadri's known to reverse hit, so I had to."
So I had to cross check him.
He took a cheap
So I had to
shot at him,
cross-check
and that is just. I mean, honestly, all right, he got the major, but I don't know why he's not out of the game. I'll be honest with you. I thought he should have been out of the game, but what they give him I guess the term boarding for a major penalty, the ref has discretion to keep the player in the game based upon degree of violence of the impact with the boards. Additionally, under the boarding rule, when a major is imposed under this rule for a foul resulting to an injury to the face or head of an opponent, a game misconduct shall be imposed. You know, that was Kerry Frazier. He just texted me, actually, giving me a breakdown on that. He said if Kane received a major Uber cross-checking rule, the game misconduct would be automatically imposed. But, you know, him staying in the game in that 5-minute major, Frazier says, demonstrates inconsistency in the assessment of a major infraction. So I thought he should have been out of the game. I'm not as a cheap shot. He doesn't turn his head and get his hand out there, you break your neck. I mean, that's so uncalled for. Listen, I've done some crazy shit and stupid shit playing the game. That was stupid.
That was stupid.
I know what stupid is. I've done stupid. And I'm sure we all have. But that was stupid, and he should have been out. I hope he gets suspended. And we'll take it a step further. When you look at this team, they had it all going on. And then McDavid now has got to sit out. He got out for about 15, 20 seconds, killing a major penalty. It took all the steam out of all that emotion they brought. So all the good that Kane has done here in the past, he blew it all in that penalty, honestly. It screwed them. And now this team is, you know, they're in a hole that they can't get out of. There's just no way they're going to win 4 in a row against this team. Last time this was done was 2014. The LA Kings were down to the San Jose Sharks 3-0. They roared back and end up winning the series 4-3. And they went on and won the Stanley Cup. It ain't happening here. The Avs are not going to cough up a 3-0 lead to this Oilers team. But yeah, I thought I think he should be suspended.
I agree.
For sure.
But the one thing is that it was just, it's like, what are you doing? Like, I just don't know, like, what your thought process there. Even if you're gonna get reversed hit, like, I don't know. I mean, the play was just completely meaningless to kill 5 minutes. You didn't know what was gonna happen, and they did kill it, but it's still like kind of was just a downer, you know. Like, it wasn't like they. I don't know. I remember right when I turned it on, that's the first thing I thought. I didn't even know about I wasn't even thinking that far ahead about suspension and getting kicked out. I was just like, what are you doing? It just made no sense. And like you said, I think it was a huge point in the game, which was so early. And when they scored, and like it was just mayhem, and it was just like everything they needed. And then that little play just kind of killed it. And then after that, I don't know. Like you said, it's just like Colorado did a really good job, and they've been doing a good job just shutting down those guys. And Colorado's good. They're good. I think, like I said, I got them to win it, and obviously it's looking good right now. But they're going to be tough to beat.
Yeah, there's no question. I mean, Nikushkin come up with a big game again. The goals, his second goal, he shot. The other one, was a mistake by Nurse, no question about it. But listen, I look at this team, and they had Rantanen, Kadri, and Lehkonen. What a line that was. Now, Kadri being out, Lehkonen coming over from Montreal. I loved that kid when he was here. This kid he's not the best finisher. He gets a lot of chances, but he always hits the goalie right in the old logo, or he'll miss the net. But the kid is a tireless worker, great penalty killer. He's a great board player, great corner player. He'll go to the net. I absolutely love this kid. He made a big difference, I think, coming over to this team, no question about it. Love what he's done. But you look at this team, they do have the depth, they have the speed, and look at the back end, though. Their back end, come on. The two Johnsons, good size. And you got Manson, nasty. And Taves, Makar, and Byram, man. They can push the pace from the back end. And when you got that in the back end, and not only push the pace, these guys can defend well too, which is awesome. They're great defenders. A lot of times you get that offensive guy who might be a little weak. Like Boston had a guy, Riley, and he was here in Montreal, Mike Riley, for a bit. And, he's a good puck mover, and he pushes it from the back. But, boy, I watched him try and play defense in his own end. He would get so screwed up at times. And a lot of times when you have those good defensemen who are good puck movers, good skaters, not the biggest guys. Sometimes they're weak in their own end. But Taves, Makar, and Byron, man, they've really brought it here. And I think that's the thing I'm most impressed with those three.
Same here. Makar especially too. You think he's like a forward out there, and all of a sudden he's just picking pockets, and then it's amazing. Like when that puck's turned over, he's gone, but he's also back. I mean, I love him. I think this is really showing like how much. I guess all around players these defensemen are. Manson, I don't know. I kind of think it's funny though. Like I don't know what it would be like to be his dad. Like, you got it. You're coaching one team and your son's just blasting slap shots in the playoffs and scoring. But I don't know how to feel about that. But I thought that's pretty cool. He's awesome. I think Manson, he's showing way more than I thought. I mean, not saying I thought he wasn't great before, but you think he's just a tough rugged defenseman. He's doing everything. He's up in the play. They're all just kind of like working as one, and it's good to see.
Listen, I played against the father, okay, and I fought him. I remember when he came in the league, and the father was a tough kid. Moved the puck, really tough in front of the net, around the net, in the corners. His son, all right, ends up going to Northeastern, where I went. I remember going back to the school and speak to the kids one year, and he was there. It was just first year, and he was all bright-eyed, and it was so funny. And he said, "You fought my dad." He was talking and everything, and then years later, I see him. He graduates, gets out of Northeastern, and goes. He started with the Ducks, and then he ends up. In Colorado. I mean, awesome. I just love the way he plays the game. I love.
What was his route? Did he go right from college to the pro? Like, did he go right to the NHL?
I think he spent a little time in the a little bit of time in the minors, but
he's tough too. He's tough, right?
Yeah.
Like, I mean, so he's a big asset to them. All around, they're just you take away, and that's the thing with Edmonton right now. I mean, you got, I don't know. Outside of McDavid and Draisaitl, they got some other guys, but it's just not. It's kind of and then Kane is the only guy scoring too, and he goes and you don't know what he's gonna do now. Like obviously he just takes this stupid penalty, but Colorado is gonna be tough, and that's I don't even know. I mean, we haven't talked about the other side yet. I'll let you start with that, but I mean, I don't see any of those two teams beating them in 7 games, to be honest.
Yeah, it's gonna be a tough one. And I'll just go back to Josh quick. He played 3 years at Northeastern, and then he played. He left when he left college after his last year. Now I don't know if his last year at Northeastern was 2013, 2014, and he went to the Norfolk Admirals in the AHL. Played 9 games, and then 10 playoff games that year, 2013, 2014. The following year, he started with Norfolk, played 36 games, then ended up with the Ducks. And
drafted?
He was drafted by...
what round?
The Ducks. He was 160th overall. So he was a late round pick, right?
I'm trying to do, my Asian math. It's not that great.
Yeah, sixth round.
Yeah, so he wasn't... 17th. Yeah. What were you?
Yeah. Well, I was 231 overall. He's 160.
That's amazing.
There you go. I mean, crazy, right?
Right. But, yeah.
Yeah. The Ranger Lightning. Listen, the Gerard Gallant, and him ended up. He was in Vegas. I don't know why in the hell they got rid of him. I think it was so stupid what they did, and it hurt Vegas. And I'm glad. I know Gerard personally. I played against Gerard years ago. Tough kid, worked his butt off, could score goals, could fight, could do it all. All right? The players absolutely love this guy, and I don't know if that's one of the reasons why they let him go. I don't get it. And boy, when he was available and the Rangers snapped him up, man, what a move by New York. And guys love playing for him, and they'll go through a wall for him. And he gets a team to play together, care about each other. I just love what I'm seeing from this Ranger team. Listen, Tampa Bay, I'm not going to say the end of the line for them, but point is out. They have a different fourth line than last year, this team is awesome still. They can still win hockey, and they got Vasilevsky. I get it. But they could be at the end of their run. Rangers, they got to win one game in there.
They look like I don't know what it is. I don't know if we could talk about that 9 days off. I know you. I mean, that is real. I think.
Yeah.
I think a team that has that. I mean, I've been on a team that's had days off like that where you come in flat the first game. But I mean, I don't know. They just seem like you're right, and they're surprising me. I mean, New York's surprising me. I knew they were decent, but like they look good. They look really good. And then you got a goaltender. It's kind of like that year when Anaheim went to the Cup with Jaguar, and that's kind of what I hope that doesn't happen where they go, because I think what happened in that play? They went to Game 7 in the finals, right?
I think.
Yeah. Never mind.
You're really testing. Come on, I'm 64. Yeah. You're testing my memory.
yeah. What happened yesterday, Mark? No, I was where I was going with this is this like there's some of the turnovers Tampa had. I mean, they're just not only is New York outplaying them, but they're just like, I feel like Tampa's making mistakes that like a team that just won 2 cups shouldn't be making. And it's kind of like, there's something off a little bit. And you're right. I don't know. This could be the run at the end. I had Colorado Tampa in the finals, but something is just not the same. And maybe it's Point, maybe it's some of these guys, but I guess we'll find out next game here.
It's always a combination, right? Now, listen, the Rangers are playing well. There's no question. I think they've really done a good job through the middle of the ice. Tampa Bay has given the puck away in these 2 games 50 times in the first 2 games. 5-0. So, listen, part of that is bad puck management, and part of it is the Rangers forcing them into that.
Yeah.
If you're playing well defensively, you have very good positioning, you're on your toes, you are forcing them into those bad turnovers. Not all of them, but a good portion of them. And credit to the Rangers. And they've also taken away the forecheck of Tampa. They haven't been able to get in on the puck, good in zone time, any length of time. There's a team that was good off the rush, but also good off the cycle. And the Rangers, man, they're awesome. They've been awesome. And Shesterkin, obviously, in the net. Barry told me, the goaltender's Swedish. I'm there. What? He said he's from Sweden. Yeah, he got a Russian name, but he's from Sweden. I said he's Russian.
Yeah, he's Sweden.
So anyway, he didn't believe me, and then he texted me back later
why
saying,
would he say that,
he is Russian. He is Russian,
no
not a
shit,
Swede.
Barry.
I don't know. I think he was thinking
saying,
of, is it Barkov?
Patrick O'Brien is Mexican. No, no, it's Irish.
Well, Barkov in Florida, right? He's got a Russian name, but he's Swede
He's
or
Finnish.
Finn.
Yeah,
Finnish,
but he's
right?
I played for his dad actually in Russia.
Okay.
He's something about he is Russian, but he was born in Finland or something.
Yeah,
but,
yeah.
No, I mean, that's a once.
That's what I think he was thinking.
Barry thinks all of a sudden all these, all these Russians are Scandinavians now. Of course, you would think that. The one question I want to ask you, Nux, is like what the whole incident with Reaves and real quick and Maroon, and Reaves gets a penalty early in Game 2, and Tampa goes on the board. What was your thoughts on that? I mean, that's kind of something that could have changed the series.
Yeah, it could have huge, and I just look at the referees there. I mean, they're 2 guys, willing guys. They're both willing to fight. They're jostling at each other, going at each other, giving each other a shot. Reaves gives him a shot after they broke it up once. And then Maroon came back at him. And because Reaves gives him the shot first, they give him the extra, they give him the 2 minutes, and they let the other kid go to the bench. Like, that's what I hate about the referees here. And again, it's all discretionary. I get it. But that's bullshit. They should have both been off. Ref should have said,
Especially
all right, you want to do this? Both of you. See you later. In the box. We're going to play hockey. And, yeah, that's why I dislike referees right there. I thought it was a shit call against
You hate
the
him.
Rangers and Reaves.
You
They
hate
should
him.
both
You don't
been
just
gone.
you don't
I hate
dislike
him.
him. That's making you sound like you're like you kind of like him.
Yeah.
No, you hate
well,
him.
I kind of,
No, but I agree though.
like
It's kind
some
of
of
like that little like you know more than I do, but it's like that little incident they go and score could change the whole series. That could like change. You know what I mean? It
Yeah.
didn't. It's obviously New York came back, but it's just like something that small. Then you think like Evander Kane would have. He's probably watching that game. Like just that little thing. Then he goes
Yeah.
next game. He's like, hey, you know what's a good idea? I'm gonna go run this guy with a cross. Like you just think you. I don't know. It is different, but yeah. What
Well,
were you
the
saying?
thing is, like, they gotta, those guys gotta play on the edge, and
Yeah.
you gotta be careful. I know, I was the same way. I did crazy shit that cost my team. I didn't,
What's one of the? Can you remember one of the worst? Speaking of memories, can you remember?
we were playing Quebec in the playoffs, and I ended up dropping my gloves going after Basil McRae. He didn't fight back. I ended up getting a penalty. I took another stupid penalty against him, and we ended up losing the hockey game. I felt lower than whale shit. I mean, it just, so stupid, so selfish. I lost it, and thank God my line mate and captain Bob Gainey at the time, like, he brought me back, got me back focused. I was dwelling on it. I came to practice the next day. I'm like, I have my head. I just,
Yeah.
oh.
You let everyone.
I was
you felt like-
embarrassed what I did, and I screwed my teammates. And Bob sat me down that night. That is done. Forget about it. We need you. He brought me back to life. He resuscitated me, and I put it behind me and got going again. We end up winning the series, but oh, God. So,
Yeah, I had the same thing when I like shot the puck over the glass in the D zone, like late in the game,
Yeah.
like I felt like fuck.
Oh.
No, but any sort of penalty like that, I mean, I can understand that where it's just, maybe a guy like Kane's probably like, I don't give a fuck, who knows, but I don't know, but that stuff is going back real quick like that. I'm sure Reaves probably was, even though he probably was doing what he's supposed to do. I mean, they score. It could be. You never know. Like he's probably for like a little bit, probably just fuck. Could that? Because that, like I said, that one goal could change the whole series. And I'm looking forward to Game 3. I don't like sweeps, but I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't know if Tampa will get swept, but
I like 7-game series. I love Game
double
7s are the
overtime.
best. Oh, I love it. But listen, here's the deal. The Rangers, they got to take one game down there. I just hope they don't go in there and relax and be like, okay, they got to get one down there, at least a split, or all of a sudden they're gonna go, oops, this team isn't done yet. Like everybody thinks they're done. So we'll see what happens. And
And Tampa could. You never know. Tampa could just like own. I mean, they can just take over this Game 3 at home if they. You never know what they're gonna do, and if they do that, then it's like shit. Like you said, it could take Game 3, and all of a sudden, the whole vibe is like, okay, they're. This is the team that won 2 cups, and here we go.
Yeah.
You never know. It's interesting. I am surprised though. I didn't think. I don't know. There's something about New York. I just never thought they were that. They're not surprising me. Like they're good, but they're this series specifically. I didn't think they were just going to come in and do what they're doing. But good to them. It's good to see.
Well, again, some of their key guys are coming up big, right? And that's what you need in playoff hockey. You need your big.
Well, that
guys to come through.
Zibanejad goal, like I was speaking of turnovers, like Kucherov was like just a backhand through the middle. And then it was like he tried the back check, and if Zibanejad wanted to, he could have went cross seam to like the guy going back door, but he just went shelf, and it was a play like that. And I love Kucherov. I mean, I'm the last one to say anything about him, but that was just a play to me that was just like it was like frustration and like I'm just like this sucks kind of. He just like threw a backhand, and I don't know Vasilevsky. I mean, who knows? It's just been New York's been doing a great job for sure.
Yeah, well, looking forward to seeing how this goes the rest of the way. And again, are the Lightning done? I don't count them out, but boy, like I said, they get a lead down there, the Rangers. on them in either one of them 2 games, and they establish their game, and they get the goaltender they've been getting, oops, they could be in trouble. And Vasilevsky, they've proven he is not immortal, and the Rangers have in this
I
series
scored at him, remember?
so far.
When he was like 12.